Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the FauxShow. Today is Friday, October 16th. My name is Angela.
And my name is Chris.
And as most of you know, the FauxShow is not a real show.
What?
It is a social experience because I don't look at you. I look at the chat which I have here on my iPad.
Check that out, full screen on my screen, pow.
Some DDoSing. Pretty colors.
Yeah.
But it's also on a monitor where we can see ourselves.
Better than that, Ange. Built in the best lower third on the internet. Hello, JBLive.tv chat room, who has joined us today to
There
sit
it is.
around the fire, as it were, which is your monitor, and have a faux show.
As it were.
Why
The
not?
fire, as it were, your monitor.
I'm building a
That's
campfire
great.
story
Yes.
in my head about
Right?
the faux show today.
Right? Okay. Well, so today we're going to talk about space.
The
It's
final
good.
frontier.
Not just space. Space goods.
Oh,
right?
like space merch, Ange?
So, kind of, sort of, but not. Okay, all right. Merch is not
I know.
Google searchable. Like,
Okay,
I mean,
all
like,
right.
who says merch?
Everybody says merch.
No.
Everybody says merch.
Okay. So, anyway, so the thing that made me think of doing this show.
Oh, yeah? What was that?
Is something in the Linux Action Show that we're going to cross promote right now.
What? Really?
Yeah, I don't
Okay. Well, good thing I'm ready. Linux Action Show episode 386 this week. We started with our Runs Linux, which is a really cool space thing. Have you seen the VLA before, Ange? Have you seen the VLA?
Ice Cube.
Do you know what the VLA stands for, Ange?
Nope.
Very large array.
Okay.
As Jodie Foster is about to tell you.
Very large array.
Array.
See, I told you.
This vast collection of dishes is among the most accomplished telescopes in history. And
It runs Linux?
one of the most recognizable.
Yes, they do.
Okay. Does
So-
Jodie Foster actually say Linux?
No. I know that would be
Does she say
clip-worthy if she did.
open source.
No.
Okay,
no.
you know what? All right, moving on.
No, I'm just telling you though.
okay.
We started with a space theme and last. That's
Okay,
all I was.
cool.
That's all I was saying.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
All right.
Well, that is a great introduction to this episode.
Thanks, Ange. Thanks.
Thanks.
What do you have?
Okay, I have from Indiegogo the Luna. Bring the moon along with you.
What?
It
Is it like a
so
mood
cool.
light?
Transform your space into a magical world with this moon lantern.
All right.
It comes in 7 sizes.
Oh, that's
Look
what she
how
said.
big that is.
That's what she said.
Well, there's more than 7, but it is the coolest little thing.
So this reminds me of
What?
is like those lights that those lights for like sunshine.
Uh-huh.
Only
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
sad lights.
This is like totally the opposite.
Yeah, but so these are halogen unless they hit their stretch goal like by 700% or something. Then they'll do
LED.
LED. Mhm.
Here, halogens can get hot.
Yeah, so these are the sizes. The smallest one is
What do you got there, man?
3 inches.
That's what she
Right?
said. This is horrible.
Jeez. All right, the biggest one is 2 feet.
Well,
Right?
Hello.
This is, we're talking
That's
horse and donkey.
that's a big moon. That's a big moon. Ooh, look how they light up in the GIF there. That's cool.
I know.
All right, so what do we got deets-wise? Can you tell me like how much they're trying to raise here and how much they've raised?
Yes. Okay. So they have. They wanted $40,000.
Okay.
They have raised $602,000. You can still contribute. The biggest one, which is the one that I want. Look at this next to the stairs. Like it is perfectly large.
That is very large.
It does plug in.
Yeah,
though,
sure.
So
If it's halogen, it's going to be one of the most. That big one's going to be one of the most power-hungry things in your house.
Yeah. But what a cool mood light.
Okay. All right.
What?
I got to be this guy. I got to be the guy here.
Jeez,
But
he's the guy.
why wouldn't I just get a lamp and put a sheet over it and get the same basic effect?
A sheet.
Just put a nice.
Partially because burning your house down.
No,
That's partially why.
This is a halogen plastic light thing. This is like something out of the '60s.
Looks like the moon.
Yeah, but if you're
Come
not.
on, I thought you'd be really excited about it.
It's just here's the thing.
Except that the biggest one is $800.
And the problem is that I have with this is if you're not looking at it, you're not really getting the full effect. So you kind of have to be looking at it all the time. Otherwise, it's just a nice beige glow in your room, and you could get that with.
But look at this kid.
He's probably burning his face off right now. Just saying, it's really. I'm a little worried about the temperature here. All right. Oh, your Firefox crashed. Remember how you can't play video in
Yeah,
Firefox?
remember how you're not getting off the screen so I can recover that? Thanks.
You're welcome.
Wow.
This is
okay.
the point where everybody will tell you.
Shoot. Well,
Everybody
this was
says-
embarrassing.
Everybody's
yes.
going to tell you, but Ange, Firefox has automatic tab restore, and then we say it doesn't matter if it crashes every time you try to play a video. Yeah, that's no good. That's no good. Here's my defense, and then I'll move on. I don't mean to attack the moon, as it were. I like the moon. We all like the moon, But when I'm looking at this, I'm not paying these prices. So here's the price. I got a breakdown for you guys, and this is where my issue lies in. If you want to get it on this, if you want to get the extra small one, it's $75. Okay?
Yeah.
If you want to get like the extra small, $150. If you want the small, that's the 7.9 inch diameter, that's what she said, $200. You're not even getting the large until you spend $410.
Oh, yeah, that's a going rate.
I think this is neat and all.
Yeah,
but
okay.
When I look at this, I think I could get the same lighting effect with a cloth over a lampshade or something like that.
Oh, look, your computer can play videos.
Because I have Chrome over here.
Okay, it's just a kid playing with an
hashtag
astronaut.
just saying.
Just skip through it.
Really?
And turn the sound down, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's dumb.
You seen it already?
Yeah, I've seen it already.
But this is the coolest thing yet. Look at that. That kid gets to...
So...
Look at that.
Yeah. He's got
Okay.
a little toy astronaut, and he's playing on the moon with it, on his moonlight.
Now imagine if I
And
had...
now Godzilla's landing.
Now imagine if you add some starships
Or a
into
dinosaur.
that, and now
Oh,
you
yeah,
got
it's
yourself
Godzilla.
now you got yourself some playtime. I like the color light changes.
It is really, it's a very soft light.
I just don't like that price.
All right, everybody take a shot when Firefox crashes, okay?
Yeah, boy.
Oh, do you see how the room is a mess? How appropriate is that?
Huh? Making it real.
That's cool.
Yeah, I guess so. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So that's Luna, and it's not a super compelling. It's not super compelling for me,
Sure.
but you know what? It is for a lot of people. Look, they've raised 602,000 USD, 2,946 people in 1 month.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
going somewhere.
Well, so the next thing is I went to ThinkGeek because
got all the
I wanted to
things.
see what kind of space things they have. Well, they have this new thing called rose-colored glasses and blue and brown. So they have all 9 planets, in fact. Glasses. And then
That is really cool, and it's like it's like the
know.
surface of Jupiter, the surface of the
Yeah.
sun. These are real. If you're
It is-
listening, go check these out in the show
yeah,
notes.
and the set is $50. So that's actually not bad. I quizzed Dylan on planet history or planet facts last night while
Yeah.
I tried to get him to clean his room.
Yeah.
And he actually knows like which planet is closest to the sun, furthest from the sun, the coldest planet. Like he knows all. I'm like, how do you know
They
this?
say they talk about that in Minecraft.
No, yeah, I don't know, right? He would totally know it if it was in Minecraft. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so if you go to ThinkGeek, that was
The planetary glass set.
that was
That's
really
what-
cool.
You know what else you're going to find over at ThinkGeek, of course, the not that one, the Star Trek Enterprise projection alarm clock.
Yes.
Wake up with the NCC 1701 telling you what time it is.
I don't know why you don't. Well, okay. Do you have outlets? Like, could you even? Oh wait, no, it takes batteries, doesn't
I
it?
do have outlets. Yes, I have outlets. Then the cells light up when the alarm clock goes off. What's up? And it projects. That's right. Projects the time up under the wall from the dome of the bridge.
Yeah. How cool is that?
That is actually really neat.
There's no like once you get your Star Trek shrine up, there's no reason that you shouldn't have that
Shipboard chronometer.
amongst them all.
Even when you're deployed on a ship out in space where 24-hour day is a formality, time is still important. It has a clock that is shaped like the NCC 1701 Enterprise. It's officially licensed, projects the time on the wall, and the cells light up. Built-in backlit LCD display, 5-minute snooze function. And it has the red alert sound, the photon torpedoes, and Kirk calling from the bridge. I can only imagine.
All right. Also, while we're still on ThinkGeek, they have a Jupiter solar spinning globe.
Now, why don't I have this?
I know, right? They have it in Earth too, but I think Jupiter is a little more appropriate.
That is really neat.
It is.
Have you seen, this isn't really related to your stuff, but have you seen that they have
Yes.
a Star Trek transporter shower mat?
Yeah, I was positive that you bought that for here at the studio.
No, I should have. I
Yeah.
should have, huh?
Yeah, I thought you did.
It
You
is
bought
really neat.
the Star Trek robe.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. They have pillows now too that are kind of cool looking.
I think the Star Trek robe is actually going to make its appearance in the next Rover log.
Oh, seriously?
It's going to make a public appearance. It is. I'm crazy, but yeah.
Nice.
All right, so ThinkGeek
Okay.
has some great stuff, but we got to move on from ThinkGeek.
Yes. So another site that I like to go to often is SnorgTees. They've got a lot of really good. What? They have a lot of really good, witty and current with meme shirts.
I Heart Pluto's one.
So the I Heart Pluto, if you recall when we got the footage of Pluto, there was like a heart-shaped thing on it. So now they have an accurate, it has the heart on it. It's a planet with a heart on it.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that is, but also check out their other shirts because it's so much fun.
Now, this next one, I think, is actually going to change the world. I think this next one is going to change
Yeah.
communications.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna make it possible for people like you and I to conduct space experiments on our own budgets.
Right.
In fact, about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, Heather talked to me about this. And she was very excited.
Right. So CubeSat already exists.
Yes.
Yeah, so that already exists, and they're already being sent into space, and they're little tiny cubes with chips on them and stuff.
They have
that are satellites.
They have like the processing potential of a Raspberry Pi. But what is unique about them is they're tiny enough that they can go up on you can send up dozens and dozens and maybe even hundreds of them in one satellite launch. And then like ships departing from their mothership, they break out and they become microsatellites.
Yeah. And so what this Kickstarter is trying to do is they're trying to just get the money to buy one of those so that they can put a Bitcoin node on it.
How great is that? And there's a lot of different ones. I'm going to play a little bit of their video. There's a lot of different ones of these going on right now. What you can do with CubeSats.
Do you want to switch to your screen?
Oh, yeah, sure I do. So it weighs 10 centimeters. Can be combined in like 3 U's, so you can have like a server rack of them. Open hardware standard, released in 2000 by students. Zero launch costs if accepted into the NASA CubeSat launch initiative with 100 other launch CubeSats.
Right, so they're basically piggybacking.
Yeah. NanoRacks, a private space company, launches them from the International Space Station.
Oh, yep.
It can have electronic solar panels, obviously, power supply, flight control computer, UFH transceiver, spectrometer, the payload for whatever they have, a UHF antenna. So these are, there's a lot of different things going on here, but these are really, really cool. In fact, I think it's sort of they're at the core of Elon Musk's initiative that he wants to, by 2020, to launch like 4,000 of these to blanket a whole new generation of internet satellite.
Mm-hmm. Now, what I don't understand, probably because of a technology gap, is what is the importance of having a Bitcoin node on there? Is it just for Bitcoin miners to have a better connection, or like I don't even know.
Well, so there's like doomsday scenarios, like what if an EMP goes off and knocks off a huge section of the Bitcoin network and things like that. So the idea would be is that you put these infrastructure independent nodes that can continue to do the math for the Bitcoin network, even if there's a massive catastrophe on the ground.
Got it.
Kind of the idea, but I don't know exactly how it would scale.
Basically, so if it wipes out people's houses that are currently mining Bitcoin,
or massive data centers, or like say like an entire country goes offline.
Interesting.
I think is the idea, but it seems like you would need a substantial amount of computing power up there. But I guess part of the idea is as long as the network survives, then the network can rebuild.
Huh. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool, and they haven't raised enough money yet.
No,
so
they have definitely not.
If it's something that you're interested in, possibly.
But here's why I say it's approachable, though. What they need is about $3,600.
Yeah, it's not like hundreds
they have 6 backers.
Or
they've raised $3.64.
Because their goals are like the first one is just $1. So
they're too low. They're not raising enough money. But they have 39 days left to go.
Yep.
Which is pretty neat. All right, so Lantern, what's this?
So Lantern is one device, free data from space forever.
Shut up.
Okay, well, I mean, don't get too... So, from what I could understand, I'm sorry, I looked up a lot of different things before I came, but...
Well, let's just...
Yeah,
let's do it. Let's play the video. I love these. I love that all these have videos because they can say it in their own words.
Yeah.
It is a powerful idea.
Oh my God.
It is already possible.
This is amazing.
Today, anyone can build a homemade receiver pointed at the sky and receive free information from space.
What?
But we want to go even bigger. Well, actually smaller. A library in every pocket. Introducing Lantern. We don't just want to help the 4.3 billion people who lack internet access. We want to make something every person on Earth can use. Lantern is one device that receives free data forever. Lantern continuously receives radio waves broadcast by outernet from space and turns them into digital files. When you want to view the content stored on Lantern, just turn it on and connect your Wi-Fi-enabled device to Lantern's hotspot.
All right, so a couple of things are going on here that I noticed right away. So the way this is going to work is it's using UHF, which is cool, but the thing with UHF is it's one blanket broadcast that broadcasts an entire continent at a time, and then each thing has to have their own channel to catch it. So it's not super fast, but it sounds like what they're doing then is they're pre-caching a bunch of information, and then you just access that info. Right. That, like, if you could store like big chunks of Wikipedia and like news offline.
Right, that's what they call it, a public library.
Yeah.
Is a web browser.
This is really cool.
It's like an offline version of the internet that updates constantly. You can also charge your phone with Lantern, and when power isn't available, Lantern can charge itself with its built-in solar panels.
Wrapped in solar.
Lantern is like a Swiss Army knife for offline communication.
Yes, it is.
How much better will we respond to the next Hurricane Katrina, Indian Ocean tsunami, or Syrian refugee crisis when
This is such an interesting idea. See this, I wonder how they're powering this, because the really cost prohibitive part of this, obviously, is getting the data from space. So it says it has a built-in antenna to receive 10 megabytes of data per day and can be plugged into a satellite dish to receive up to a gigabyte a day. Mm-hmm. You know, this coming off the road trip and struggling with data, this is extremely, extremely interesting.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have been able to use it for like doing shows or anything.
No, but you know,
you could have researched, I guess.
Picture this, maybe not, but picture this 5-10 years down the road, right? It's got to start somewhere. Mm-hmm. That's what's really exciting to me. So 10 megabytes for every human, every day, everywhere for free. If we hit 50,000, Outernet can broadcast 10 megabytes of information per day, and we're at 90%. So they're on a tight schedule here. So let's see, where are they at right now?
Well, it was...
Total funds raised, they got it.
Yeah, it's 240% raised.
So this is happening.
On January 11th.
This is happening
this year.
This is really cool, Ange.
Yeah.
This is, boy, wow. Well, it makes so much sense. I've been thinking about, like, I've been thinking a lot about if I had a satellite dish and a Raspberry Pi and I knew how to just tune in a signal, I could just do it. I don't need to pay $9. So the kit that they show, where somebody at the beginning of this video, where somebody's just hooking up a satellite here, which I actually didn't show this part because I didn't have it on the right screen, but
yeah.
This part right here.
Every village. Think about that. It is a powerful
So where they set this up
idea, and it is already possible.
So if you do that, there is a do-it-yourself kit, essentially, and that kit starts at $995 and doesn't even include data service. So what they are proposing is a huge shift in satellite delivery. I mean, you're going from just the kit to do what they show in that one picture, being $1,000, and then base price of $130 per month for service for like 5 gigabytes of data.
Right.
That's amazing. That would change it forever. Really cool. All right, so that's called Lantern. One device, free data from space, forever. Now, almost as groundbreaking, almost as revolutionary, right?
Yeah.
You want to do this one or you want to do that?
Well, I just thought this one was funny, so I'll just quickly talk about, I mean, that one's funny too, but so a Canadian concert tour and free webcast music show in a vintage 1978 Star Trek van. This guy made an Indiegogo campaign. He raised $11,900 Canadian. It was fully funded May 17th this year.
What's the Enterprise shooting there? Just a piece of rock?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, if you're going to go for it, put like a Klingon bird of prey in there or something.
Anyway, so I just thought it was interesting.
That is
if
cool.
you want to review it, he's got some funny stretch goals. Cosmic Satisfaction is the $10 personalized poster. Vulcan peep show and photo shoot.
Hey, speaking of peep shows in space, come on, you've always wanted it. A porno from space, at least that's what Pornhub wants. They have an Indiegogo.
This video is
Should I play it?
So ridiculous.
All right, here we go. Getting it on, where you have always fantasized
In my
about
parents' bed.
What?
I know it sounds hard, but on a roller coaster.
Roller coaster.
My boss's office.
What?
Okay.
These are worse.
On a beach in Positano.
Outer space.
That's a green screen, come on.
I know, yeah.
It's one small step for man.
Really?
Yeah,
One
That's not even the real stuff.
giant leap for
I know. So
Pornhub.
Pornhub brings to you sexualizing everything.
Oh, yeah.
Since its inception, Pornhub has been committed to bringing
You
you
can
the
skip past
best
this guy.
online porn experience
I mean, he's the
available
perfect
on
guy to
Earth.
sell porn, right?
Aside from the endless
this
hours
is
of
horrible.
entertainment available
I
on
know.
our site,
No, skip.
we brought our
Skip.
outer space high.
I've had sex pretty much everywhere and every way that you could imagine.
This guy.
I've had sex on almost every different continent with all kinds of different women.
Wow.
Don't get
Johnny
me wrong.
Sins.
I like that they had
what
to do
I
a jump cut
and
there.
Who I do, but this is a really unique opportunity to break ground in the adult industry. I'm beyond excited to be a part of the Pornhub space program.
This is
for
why
this
in
exact
porn skits
reason.
they don't talk.
We're gonna make porn in space.
So I hold on a second. Should I let her talk or can I? Let's,
Well,
Who else can say that they were the first porn stars to work in space? This is an amazing opportunity to make history and to work 2 dream jobs at once.
I've always
no, she's
okay.
got like a great little thing here.
Okay, all right.
Just a little bit longer.
Okay, all right, okay.
Porn star and astronaut.
porn
sex
star
type in
and
space.
astronaut.
I bet that has happened. I bet astronauts have bonked in space.
Wait, whoa.
What?
No, you've got to see the end.
Oh, okay. All right. We're going to see the end. All right. Here we go.
Indiegogo campaign page to get more information on how you can help spread the word. And keep up with us as we make progress on this groundbreaking project.
Again,
Nice big
visit our
jump cut.
Indiegogo campaign page. Now, you guys will have to excuse us because we have a sex tape in space to practice for.
Really?
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you guys.
Really? Really? Did that just happen? Yeah. Oh my God. So anyways, okay. So they've raised unbelievably $236,000. 1,388 suckers have gotten into this.
Suckers.
The campaign
In
ended on
2
August
months.
9th.
Yeah. Yep.
So let's see. What do you get if you really go in big? Let's go up all the way. So they have different names like Uranus, Jupiter, Titan, Mars,
For the different
Earth,
levels of
Venus,
contribution.
Mercury, Apollo 69.
Black hole.
So $50,000, a piece of space history will be yours to keep. Pick from one of the custom-made props from the set to add to
Good Lord.
to your collection. You get a
No.
prop set. So are they actually going up in space? Or are they just doing that thing where the airplane goes up and loses gravity and then they're going to hump while it's floating?
I don't know.
My bet is that's all they're doing. Is they're just building. I bet you they don't even go into it. But.
I am curious, like how boobs would move.
So where are the?
you know.
That's a good question. All right, so looks like they've broken down where the $3.4 million is going. 60% of our costs will be absorbed by going to making the flight happen, spacesuits for our crew, as well as general space travel. I don't think they're actually going up into space.
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Why is Pornhub crowdsourcing? Are minors allowed to participate? Who's filming the video? Wow. So who's filming the video? What do they say to that? Who's going to be filming the video? We have contacted the top
Pornhub,
adult
probably.
video studio, Digital Playground, to shoot and produce a video for us.
Wow.
This is incredible.
Well, hopefully there's better production because that video was absolutely horrible. It was not a good example
Yeah.
of their best.
So no, I do wonder what it'd be like to do it weightless, but I don't think I'd want to watch them to find out. But that is a particularly did not see that one coming, Ange. I did not see that. That's a good one.
Space goods, right?
Yeah. Space merch, not so much. No.
All right.
No.
Well, that wraps up this episode of the Faux Show quite nicely. We will see you next week. Did you enjoy this Faux Show? Well, guess what? You can catch more at jupiterbroadcasting.com and subscribe to the weekly RSS feed. Group of bots.
All right, I'm ready. This show bot is ready. Get it?
Okay.
I'm really good at doing one thing. What?
Nothing.
Hello, heyo.
I just gave. No.
I meant one thing at a
No,
time.
I wasn't. Nope, I didn't
Okay.
go there.
Oh, okay.
No, it was just like a face of yeah.
Very nice.
Holy moly!
Very nice. Is nice.
Wow.
People still do that?
Right?